Hey, good morning, good evening, and how the bloody hell are ya? My name is Son of Jax. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with you today on this cooking stream. Now, I didn't think things through a lot when I decided to quickly slap this together, so it's a bit slapdash. You'll have to forgive me and work with me as we're going to do homemade KFC. And then we'll probably do a coleslaw, and then also we'll probably do, I've got some chili sauce that I've had fermenting for a couple of days now. And when I say a couple of days, I mean I've had it fermenting for a month, so hopefully that month is enough for all of those flavors to come through. And we're gonna make that into a Tabasco sauce. So hopefully that all comes together nicely. So we're gonna start off with the chicken. Put the chicken in some milk to soften it up while we get ready with some of the other bits and pieces of this dish. Show us your skills. I haven't got any skills. But first things first, if you're going to do any cooking, you need a little chef's helper. A little chef's helper. Now I thought I might give you guys a little introduction into kitchen life. Now back in the day, this was the currency in the kitchen. So I thought I'd hark back to those days. The little of chef's helper. I used to smash like 5 of these a shift when I got started in the industry. So today's my day off, and in honor of my time in the kitchens, we're going to go back and do a vodka Red Bull. Fantastic stuff. Tastes like 5 years of wasted life. Delicious. Well, see, first things first, you definitely don't want to be drinking vodka Red Bulls at 11 o'clock on a Monday. Hashtag quarantine life. Alright, first things first. Can you see the chopping board? See the chopping board? All good, Duke. You do you. What we've got here is some chicken thigh. Chicken thigh is the best in my opinion. If you're gonna fry any chicken, should use chicken thigh. Chicken breast gets too dry. Now it's not quite chicken tendies. We don't want to make chicken tendies, so we're gonna cut it up into little bite-sized pieces like this. That'll fry down to about that size. Can't see too much, unfortunately. Also, I definitely think that I'm gonna buy a better camera after today, because last time I did a cooking stream, I did it with Pirate Neckbeard. His camera was so good in terms of its pixel quality and all that kind of stuff, so I think that I might break open the old piggy bank and buy a better camera. No worries, Ben. Everybody do your own thing. Is the music too loud? Because I can always turn the music down. That's excellent. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So like I said, first things first, because this is a multi-stage cooking thing, and this is not like the kitchen shows where you can't just like cut to something that someone prepared earlier. You definitely want to put some milk on your chicken. Some people use like butterscotch milk. When I say butterscotch milk, I mean like that thick kind of double dairy milk. We don't have that because A, we're not American, and B, I didn't buy it. We're just going to use regular milk to start off with. So again, cutting these into bite-sized chunks. They're not going to be chicken nuggets in the sense that like McDonald's makes chicken nuggets, but it's going to be chicken, and it'll, well, presumably it'll be tasty. Presumably it'll be tasty. And just like I said, don't be doing vodka Red Bull shots at 11 o'clock on a Monday. Also, get yourself a pair of gloves for your home cooking. Obviously, these gloves are not food gloves. You know, they're not aimed at the food industry. These are from, let's just say, Schmerk. Which sounds very similar to work. But hey, disposable gloves, man, for at home, 10 out of 10, best idea ever. You don't have to keep washing your hands every time you change meat or dishes or something like that. It's such a good idea. Keep Griffin away from the vodka. Yeah, good. G'day, Josh. How are you, mate? So bloody good to see ya. Why aren't you at work? Or are you at work right now? I mean, Griffin can have vodka if he wants. He's his own person. He's independent. Independent. Alrighty. Nearly done this portion of the dish. It's more I just want to get this chicken cut up so I can have a drink of that beer. Can't reach the Red Bull in the fridge. Well, at least he's not doing speed. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do some speed right now. Obviously I wouldn't. Because, you know, hashtag responsible. Anyway, cheers. Alright, so we got the chicken all cut up. Come a bit closer to the camera. Chicken's all cut up there nicely into little bite-sized chunks. Dad life. Hashtag dad life. I hear that. So, Ben, this is pretty much how I do when I'm on days off and stuff like that. I just stream on Twitch, fuck around on there. Usually it's mostly games and stuff like that, but I have done a couple of cooking streams now. So chuck some milk in the chicken. A little bit of salt and pepper. For those who don't know in the chat, I actually know Ben in real life. He's a really cool guy. He is a chef as well. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Give that a little mix. Oh yeah, look at that shit. And we're gonna chuck that in the fridge. Let that sit. Alright, now we're gonna do a little bit of coleslaw. Not too much, just a little bit. I'm making homemade KFC. Oh fuck. Take that glass that I forgot was there. So we're making homemade KFC, aka chicken nuggies, chicken tendies, chicken pastizzis, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna make some coleslaw to go with it, Japanese karaage style, and then we've got some hot sauce that we're gonna finish off over here. So I'll get that out for the camera just in case people are curious. So about a month ago, I cut up all my chilies from the garden and I put them in this fermenting jar, and that has been slowly ticking away for a month, bubbling and fermenting and carrying on. But I've just noticed there's some bacteria that's starting to grow in there, possibly some mold. Now, obviously fermentation happens because of bugs, lactobacilli, but I'm pretty sure that's mold, which means that it's gotten in when I was starting it. So I was going to leave that for 3 months, but because of that bacteria's, well, the mold, has started growing, I'm going to finish it now and then see what it tastes like, and then if I do it again I can make adjustments to the recipe. So we'll deal with that in a bit. First we'll make this coleslaw. Homemade kombucha, yeah. I mean, same principle, exact same principle, kitty. Got all the stem out of that. Got all the stem out of that. So we're trying nice and fine, well as fine as you can do, with a knife. It's kind of hard to do. If you had a mandolin, you could make your coleslaw nice and fine, but it's a bit harder with a knife because obviously you can slip and cut yourself and all that kind of stuff, so you have to be a bit more careful. And then it comes down to like the cabbage and stuff like that. If you've got a cabbage that's got chunky guts, then there's not much you can do about it. Ben here probably knows a little bit more about that than I do. Like bits like that, like they're super chunky and there's not much you can do about that apart from picking them out. But if you've got a mandolin, you can probably take care of it. I thought about buying a mandolin today, but I don't really have much call for it. I had a mandolin when I was in the kitchens and then some fucker stole it. Just like they stole all my fucking knives. I've only got 6 knives left from when I was working in the kitchens. All my good knives are gone. When I say good knives, I mean those little paring knives. Some of those were Boss As. So a little bit of cabbage in there. And then you probably want some red onion. I wonder if I should put this. I'll put this other little bit in. Okay. You want sharp knives are the best knife, kitty. A sharp knife does exactly what you want it to do. A blunt knife doesn't. Yeah, that's way too thick. I mean, it is a guitar instrument, Duke. You're not wrong. But there is a kitchen utensil called a mandolin. So, if you Google it, it's like a... Imagine this, but there's a blade just here, facing up. So you hold it like this, there's a blade mounted in it, and then you get your vegetable and you go like this. And you push it down onto the blade, and then it'll slice and drop out the bottom, so you go and it drops out at the bottom. I think the sound effects really help that along there. But just by the by, I know I myself have, and I know a bunch of chefs have lost the tips of their fingers to that thing. When you get down to the last little kind of bit of whatever it is that you're slicing, and then you slice a little too vigorously, and all of a sudden you're missing the tip of your finger and it's somewhere in the salad. But you're on a deadline and the chef's yelling at you, and then all of a sudden you're just like, eh. So if you've ever eaten at a buffet I guarantee you at some point you've eaten the shit of a chef's finger. Yeah. Yeah, let that percolate in your noggin. I'm not even joking. I saw it happen once into a massive tub. Like, I'm talking like a big 20-litre tub of salad that was getting made. And it was, you know, you could just see it go through the guy's head. I just spent 3 hours making this. I'll have to throw it out and start again. Or... terrifying, but true. And heaps of shit went on like that in the kitchens when I was an apprentice. That was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Anyway, so now we're going to put some onion in. Take those core little stemmy bits out because they're a pain in the ass and no one likes them. And so, depending on how you like your coleslaw, you can slice it one of two ways. You can slice it this way and get those little speed humps of onion, or you can slice it this way. And as you get closer to the onion, you'll get less of a speed hump and more of a lump. But it just depends on how you like your onions. Honestly, as long as it's thin, I don't think it matters. But back to what I was saying before, Kitty. A sharp knife is the better knife. A blunt knife you've got to put pressure to get it through what you want, and that's when you end up running the risk of cutting yourself, because you're putting all this pressure on here. A sharp knife does exactly what you want it to do. And then if you cut yourself, it's your own stupid fault. Your own stupid fault, isn't that right, Bonnie? The cat who's ignoring me. Who came in at 6 in the morning and woke me up anyway. Some of that's probably a bit thick. There's not much you can do about that. It's not even some, like some of that is way too thick. If you wanted to use shallots for this, you could probably get away with that. Fuck, that's thick. Why is that so thick? It's fucking dummy thick, that's what that is. It's no better. The fuck? Might bring some of that back out and just dice it. Dice it and put it through. If I dice it, then it's not really going to look like onion, but I suppose it doesn't matter. This is not an actual proper gourmet cooking show. It's not like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Just over here, day drinking and cutting up onions. I don't give a shit. See, that's more what I wanted. That nice thinness there. That's fine. These other bits look like something fucking Subway had put on your salad roll. Just like, here you go, sir. Here's the onion on your roll. And then you look at them and you're like, oh, that's a bit chunky, isn't it? And they just go, what are you gonna do? What do you mean use the tea towel? Like to stop you from crying? And when it comes to cooking onions, I've just cut so many of the bloody things that I just don't even cry anymore. It's about desensitizing yourself. Tea towel. Or just like cover the onion, like put it to bed. Like maybe if you catch it while it's sleeping, it won't make you cry. That's better. Whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's not like I know what I'm doing. And now we're gonna grate a carrot. That's terrifying, kitty. That's terrifying. I can't even imagine something that stupid. Now we're grating a carrot. If you hadn't already figured that out. Boop. Technically you should squeeze all the moisture out of the carrot, but I can't be arsed and it's my salad, so I'm just going to do that. Like I said, this is not a real cooking show. This is me day drinking on a Monday. Finn! But yes, so there are a number of strategies to deal with watery eyes when it comes to onions. You can soak them in some water for a little bit before you cut them. That'll help to take some of the sting out of them. It won't stop it, but it'll help take the sting out of it. You can do that. You can put goggles on while you do it. Some people will do that. It looks fucking stupid in my opinion, but hey, whatever. You know, you do you. Or you can just tough through it. Become an onion master. You chop a whole bag of these fuckers, you get used to it pretty quickly. Mix that shit up with my hands that I definitely cleaned. Spill it all over the bench that you just cleaned up. That's a key part of it. Definitely got too much cabbage in here. Fantastic work, me. But to be fair, every time I've ever eaten coleslaw at a restaurant, it's always had way too much cabbage in it because cabbage is cheap as chips. You just bulk it out with that. Speaking of chips, maybe I should get some chips into me. So you can dress this now if you want. We can leave it till later. We might dress this now just because I'm being super lazy. We'll give that chicken more time to soak. Now how you dress your salad, it's up to you. Some people have secret sauce recipes they've had for generations that Mama handed down when she escaped the regime in Poland. Others just use mayo and nothing else. Why is this glove being weird? Depends on what you want. Fuck me. Anyway, so things that you'll want is mayonnaise, essential obviously to any kind of coleslaw dressing. Mayonnaise, lemon if you've got it, sugar if you don't. Depends on what you want out of your dressing. Not too much sugar though. We're not making a lollipop here. Also, if people are chatting, I can't see it. I think maybe my shit's fucked. Dump a bunch of mayo in there. Not too much, you can always add more. What is wrong with this lemon? It's way too old. I don't think that's true at all, Kitty, but I appreciate the thought. So then, get your pips out. If you've got a lemon juicer, you can use that. If you don't, just sieve it through your fingers. So dump it all into your hand, and then you can slightly move your fingers to drop the juice in, and it'll catch any pips just like that. It ain't fancy. It gets the job done. So you want some, I like lemon in my dressing because it gives it a little jus de vivre, jus de vivre, French noises. It gives it a little tang, gives it a little get up and go, and just a dash of sugar, like I said, not too much. We're not making ice cream. We're not making paddle pops. Just a dash of sugar to help balance some of that acidity. Then mix it. You can't see anything. If this was a real production, we'd switch to the overhead camera. Dave, can we switch to the overhead camera? No? We can't? It's not in the budget? Fair enough. Yo! I was just lamenting that your camera is... the camera that we used last time is way better than this one that we're using, and that I think I'm going to spring for a camera upgrade. So whatever camera is that you're using, can you send me a link for it? I'm just going to buy that shit. On the off chance that we do something like this again, I'd like to have a not shit camera. Needs more mayo. Oh, sorry, you guys have to listen to me chew. Next time I do that, I'll mute myself, otherwise this is just some really shitty ASMR. Alright, so that's done. It's not fantastic, but the flavors will develop, mature, as it sits in the fridge.